So I'm a big believer that every player is very different, and when you go about making changes together as a coach and a player, and when you're thinking about the player, you've got to understand their personality as a person and also their personality and how that shows on court. So one of the biggest things that I try to really appreciate and get to the point where I really know that well is what that player is like as a person, so that then the changes that you make, you can sort of pick off what might be an easy win or a harder win. You can also make sure that it's going to build into that overall picture of what kind of player they want to be. I think when you've got that understanding, you can then start to look at players and try and create this sort of whole package of a player and make sure that they're really happy with what that looks like. So I think, you know, you might have some players that are quite sort of, you know, they're quite rigid and they're quite organised, and they might be a lot more structured as a player, and therefore some of the changes that you might make around that kind of area of how they're going to go about playing. It might be that they're very length-based orientated, they're trying to get on the volley from there, and there's a lot more structure to what they do, and that might reflect as well in their swing and their style within their technique. But the other thing, you might have someone that's more skillful and has a bit more personality, a bit more flair, and I think the worst thing we can do as coaches is trying to sort of stamp that out. You've got to embrace that, and then you've got to try and sort of push and pull it into the right kind of areas so that you get the most out of each player, you know, and what they bring to the table versus the way they want to play as well.